Go ahead, Carlin.
I got you. Tail the tape, 157. We're going to start off. Jared Hill and Layton Schneider. Hill 9-9 coming in. Schneider 9-11. The redshirt freshman taking on the graduate. And tell the people, CP, why we are starting not at 125, but starting in the middle of the lineup, for those that don't know.
Sure. So, where we start can depend on, the agreement of the coaches on where to start. If they don't, if everyone's okay with starting at 125 as normal, then that's what we'd roll with. But sticks are often drawn, and there's some measure, there's some process that the coaches have to decide, what's going to be fair. And it looks like 157 came up to start off this duel today. And it's going to be a great one, too. Again, if for those of you watching that might not know, and what seems to be more common in this era of transferring all over the place, Hill, the senior, on senior day, gets the Cowboys off to a good start against a team that he transferred from. So a little extra special match for Jared Hill today.
There is the aforementioned Coach Branch. We didn't lie to you. He's in the building, sitting there, 18th season, all-time winningest coach for the Pokes. So you mentioned Hill, the transfer from Oklahoma, and his most recent on Friday against Northern Colorado. He did not compete in that duel, but last weekend we saw him have a pretty good weekend with 2 big victories under his belt and was able to show up big time for the Pokes. On the other side, Schneider, his most recent bout was against Missouri, number 17th ranked Missouri, and defeated Cade Grimm, a 2-0 decision. So very low scoring bout in that one. And Hill, we've seen him in a ton of low scoring affairs so far this season as well. So expecting not much scoring, but a lot of action here at 157.
Yeah, absolutely. Jared Hill, again, he's kind of had a rocky season so far, up and down. Everybody is aware of Jared Hill's capabilities and ability to score when he needs to. Some big moments here at home, maybe none bigger than, again, the special circumstanced match that he finds himself in now. 0-0, minute left in the first. Haven't seen too much action, not too much leg attacks other than maybe a right off the whistle dive in on some legs from Hill. Defended great from Schneider. But, Hill one more time to represent the Cowboys at home. Certainly going to want to absolutely take advantage.
And how poetic, as you mentioned, from the team he transferred in from, and now an opportunity to go and finish the regular season with a above 500 record, as he's 9-9 in this one.
Certainly going to, matter as we close out the regular season and move towards that tournament in Tulsa to set yourself up as an individual and for the team for the Big 12 tournament and the national tournament.
So 10 seconds remaining here in the first period, a very quiet first, and we'll move on to the second, and score still 0-0. Neither opponent really hitting the mat yet either.
No, and this is something that you can, I don't know. I'm not sure if these guys knew each other, Hill being a Sooner. It was a while ago. He's been a Cowboy for a few years now. But there's a possibility that these guys maybe shared the wrestling room as teammates once before. And whenever you're wrestling a teammate and you're familiar with somebody, those matches tend to be a little more stale. You're aware of what your opponent's really good at, and they know what you're really good at, and so opening up against a teammate's really, really tough to do. So that might be why we're seeing a little bit. But then you said again, both these guys aren't unfamiliar with those close matches. And Hill, Schneider worked his way up to his feet. Hill working hard and making an effort to return, though there is a stall warning call from the official.
It looked like it was on Hill as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So now the person on top, when they stand up to their feet, has the responsibility to make an effort to return. They can't just stand around, which is likely what they got a stall call from. But from this viewer's perspective, it looked as if Hill certainly was making an effort to return, although he ends up on top, gets a fresh restart, and then there goes Schneider earning an escape.
First point of the bout, first point of the duel goes to Schneider. As we said, his last duel, or his last bout, Cade Grimm fell victim to him 2-0. So, that Schneider could protect the lead once he gets it.
Yeah, and we've also seen, the ability of Hill to score late.
We have.
So what an awesome opportunity we have here for both wrestlers, really, to get their team started off right in this duel that you look down the lineup. There's a bunch of matchups that could go either way.
Against common opponents, Hill is 4-6. And Schneider 0-5 against those same opponents. Is Hill looking to dig in? A lot of collar ties so far here in this bout. Less than 20 seconds to go in the second. Only 1 point to speak of. No riding time to even mention.
These guys are hand fighting well. They're moving their feet. They're changing levels. They're really respecting each other's level changes, which is probably why you haven't seen too much of a committed attack yet. As we close out second period, head into the third.
So Hill will have the choice here. And he's going to hit the bottom. So an escape here will tie things back up, and it will be a very interesting third period if Hill's able to pull off the escape. Looks like he quick started him, but
yeah,
up to his feet and play on.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a little bit of a jump start there. Schneider able to get Hill back down to the mat, now has him flattened out. Hill certainly doesn't want, to spend too much time down there, as he risks needing to get the takedown to avoid a loss. If Schneider's able to rack up a little, over a minute of riding time here, which we're getting close. Hill back up to his feet.
Yeah, it's the first time we're seeing Schneider now on top here.
Good opportunity here. Looks like Hill's going to get a reversal.
Will get the reverse. So 2 points for Hill, and that is a crucial 2.
Absolutely. He's gonna love to be able to stay on top and ride again. He has that stall warning, so he has got to stay active and continue to look to score, to at least appease the referee's perception of his wrestling. Again, finding himself in a dangerous position, drops down low, so close to the edge, likely going to want to get a fresh restart, and he does. Let's take another look at that reversal. Again, works his way up to his feet. Schneider kind of pulls him down a little bit on top of him. Jared Hill able to square his hips up, turn around and take advantage of the mistake by Schneider. 45 seconds left. Hill up 2-1. Does have that stall warning. So an escape here will give it up, but will tie up the match. But again, so will stall warning, another stall call, which we got that in the same position we find ourselves in right now. Early
tough call against Hill if the official deems that with 26 seconds left he's not doing enough and gives up that stall point.
No, that
1 point bout.
That official also risks getting booed out of Laramie if he does that.
Don't want that happening in the first of 10 bouts.
No, let's
Long
hope
afternoon.
that let's hope that those types of calls, get left to the official and or taken out of their hands by the wrestling.
Wow, Schneider able to get out with 15 seconds remaining here.
Ties up the match late. Hill, again, probably wanting to just avoid either giving up an escape and the stall call, just elects to cut Schneider 2-2 and is going to take his chances in overtime in a neutral position.
How about some OT in our first bout of the afternoon? Schneider and Hill tied at 2. Called some Hill OT bouts before, and he's been able to win by sudden victory in the past. So 2 minutes, and then there's 2 30-minute alternate periods if we get past these first 2. And back to collar tie for both. See who's able to find space for a takedown. There's a good shot there by Schneider. Good response by Hill.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we found ourselves in what looked like a familiar position with an opponent shooting in on Hill and him kind of setting up for a big-time throw. Hill hasn't really pulled the trigger yet in overtime. Again, his counter offense is great, so maybe he's just expecting to hit some of that offense that he has in a countering way. And Schneider, oh, now there we go. Hill dives in on a double, able to pick up no body lock and secure the win. Has Schneider on his back. There's an opportunity for a pin there. The ref says no. He crossed 90. The senior on senior night breaks his opponent in overtime. Gotta feel good. Again, all of the things we mentioned before. Hill coming from Oklahoma, senior night, and in a fashion that's probably the most